Lord be with you.
And also with you.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus told his disciples this parable. The kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. The foolish ones, when taking their lamps, brought no oil with them. But the wise brought a flask of oil with their lamps. Since the bridegroom was long delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight there was a cry, "Behold, the bridegroom! Come out to meet him." Then all those virgins got up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise ones replied, "No, for there may not be enough for us and you. Go instead to the merchants and buy some for yourselves." While they went off to buy it, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went into the wedding feast with him. Then the door was locked. Afterwards, the other virgins came and said, "Lord, Lord, open the door for us." But he said in reply, "Amen, I say to you, I do not know you. Therefore, stay awake, for you know neither the day nor the hour." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
I'm sure several of you have in your gardens a plant called salvia. Do you recognize that name? You have salvia? Little purple, long purple flowers on it. Anybody else have that?
Red and blue? There's red
There's red salvia.
as well.
Oh, well, who has purple salvia? Okay. So we have one potential drug dealer. If you have that plant, be ready to cut it down, because it's probably only a matter of time before the federal government will outlaw it, because it has become a drug of abuse for people. If you take that purple flower and dry it and smoke it, it becomes a hallucinogen, like LSD kind of effect, and it's growing in popularity. Now, they're not sure if it's going to be a major epidemic, because most of the time it makes you nauseous at the same time, so it may not. But drug addicts are drug addicts. So it may or may not be harmful. Most of you probably have another chemical called dihydrogen monoxide, which you may kind of watch out for, because it's very corrosive, and it's been proven to contribute to the deaths of thousands and thousands of people every year. And it's a vapor form. It can cause serious burns, and they've found it in every cancerous tumor that they've ever operated on and opened up. It's pretty pervasive. Dihydrogen monoxide.
Water.
Also known as hydrogen 2O, H2O, or water. See, depending on how you spin things. 80, when it was described in the way I first described it, 86% of the people polled wanted to ban it. Right? That really sounds horrible, but of course that's just a spin. Now, this gospel we just heard today about the 10 virgins at the wedding, you can put the wrong spin on that. There was a preacher who preached on this particular gospel at a military academy once. And at the end of his sermon, he said to all the cadets, "And so do you want to be in the light with the bridegroom, or do you want to be outside in the dark with the foolish virgins?" You know what they said? "Out in the dark, sir, with the foolish virgins." So of course, that's not really where they would have wanted to be, had they understood the culture in which the wedding took place. This does describe real wedding activity that would have been popular at the time, and even into today, where weddings last for a week, the different parts of the celebration, and the whole town is part of it. And it would have been easy to imagine bridesmaids like that. Even today, I've noticed in doing weddings with different cultures, the Eastern ones have, well, my favorite were the Indians, where the wedding starts with the mother-in-law of the bridegroom cooking on the altar and then feeding the bridegroom. That's how the wedding starts. So, interesting, different ways they do things. But this would have been a typical scenario where at the culmination of the week and the big reception starts, they had to wait for the bridegroom to come and